All right, let's get into the papers. I have the Mirror, Ghana's most popular weekend paper. From Navrungo to Kaswa, the Mirror model mother's journey of grit, resilience. The Mirror Oak Plaza Hotel gave mothers a treat. Farmer 42 sentenced to life for murdering pregnant wife. Can I marry in addition to my wife? That's question.
I can answer that for you.
Please, it's a no. It's on page 12.
It depends.
Well, it depends on your religion.
Exactly.
Or where you're coming from. But still,
And
no.
what your values and principles in life are.
No.
What I tell you, if you marry somebody who's agnostic, and he...
Agnostic. In this
or
2025.
a nihilist. You know who a nihilist is?
In
Charlie, they go and gather some terms and things and they are coming to...
Instead of asking, have you eaten today, ask those questions.
Whether you're
interested in, triple, treble, quadruple partners. Can you be satisfied with just one? How much money do you make? Do you brush your teeth at night?
How much money you make is
Nanka.
Oh, no, I don't think it's...
You don't?
You should be attracted to...
No.
Yes!
No.
But I've not even made my point that you're telling me no.
Because I know what you're coming to say.
What am I coming to say?
That you should be attracted to the person and not the money that the person is making.
You should be attracted to
some people will come
the soft
and
skills.
woo you with all the pomp and pageantry, only for you to find out that
so are you attracted to the money or you're attracted to the person's character traits?
Women,
his values, his principles, his
it is how you treat us. And if you treat us a certain way,
so the
we
treatment
expect the
is of
treatment
money
to continue. But if you're taking me here and there and that, is it not money? If you're buying me gifts, is it not money?
I get the extent to which.
Stop.
Please, I get the extent
and then
to which.
It's the same way when we treat guys. If you do something for a guy in a certain way and you stop.
No, say it in plain terms.
I remember I went out with a friend and his girlfriend took the bottle. Like he was reaching out to open the bottle for her. And then she took the bottle and opened it herself. He's like, you now the mesha say near Bekono. So don't expect something different. Like he wants to do things for her, but she's been on her own for so long. Like, she's an independent woman. And he's like, if you do that, I'll feel like that's what you want. And he wants to treat her better.
I take strong exceptions to your claims about money being a key, if not the main.
You need to know.
No, I'm not.
You need to know.
So where does character traits, values, principles?
It all plays a role.
Where does it come in the scheme of things?
It all plays a role. I'll get to know your character by just being with you.
So if you were to rank it,
I'm not ranking nothing. I'm just saying that you should know how much the person makes. Your finances must be bare so that you can make a decision on how you want to plan your future together. If you can't afford AIS, the school, and then your finances have improving.
What happened to love? Unconditional
I didn't say there was no love.
Unconditional
There's love. But I need to know how much you make. You need to know how much I make so we can plan for the future. It's as simple as that.
I don't think
it's as simple
trivializing a very beautiful institution.
We need to bring Osofo on this because me and you will never agree on this.
I can't believe you are trivializing a very important, institution such as love and marriage to how much you make. No, you should be.
So you're telling me that.
So assuming the person doesn't even have.
You're telling me that, Jude, that you wouldn't want to know how much both of you make so that you can structure your finances. If indeed you want to go together into the future, be together in the future.
If I'm convinced she's the one.
And she makes 1 CD a day.
She just needs to have a decent job.
Okay. You don't care about how much she makes?
No!
So then how are you going to structure your finances?
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out, I'm saying.
So you set this timeline, say, if you don't earn
No, you're not setting. That's not what I'm saying. So you're taking it out of context. I'm saying that as you get to know each other's character, I love you, what did
now
you eat today? Have you eaten?
Yes. After that,
if we do want to spend the rest of our lives together and build a family, I want to know how much you make. You need to know how much I make so we can structure our finances.
So
we're putting this into the joint account at the end of every month.
What the person makes is not enough according to your standards?
Then you move on.
That is where the problem is.
How is that a problem?
It's the problem because
Please.
you know, you shouldn't.
Helen, we need Osofo on this matter. Tomorrow, Osofo must come. Because what Jude is saying, no, me, I don't understand him.
No, my point is that when you make those exceptions, then it means that it is a transactional relationship.
It is not a transactional relationship. See, people go into marriages not knowing these things,
and then
they become sad and depressed.
No.
They become sad and depressed because they didn't speak about these things.
If you marry somebody, if you marry somebody and later you realize that the person didn't have what, it's different.
They had an idea of the person they married.
Initially,
maybe the person kept coming to you with Benz and things.
That is deception. That is deception.
Is that deception?
That is different.
But
so if somebody drives a Benz to your house and later is coming to your house in a Matis,
not at all.
That is different. But I'm saying that when you decide to be with somebody, right, at the initial stages, money shouldn't be so much of a consideration to the point that you'll be willing to let go a very good person because he doesn't earn $10,000 or more. That is sacrilegious.
I'm saying that.
That is
please, viewers.
You know, please. That becomes transactional.
It's not transactional.
And you know what else is transactional?
It's not transactional.
When stand at Kuala Runabout at night, that is also transactional.
That is transactional. That is not the kind of love I'm talking about.
But also demanding to know how much your partner earns.
I'm not demanding to know. We want to build a life together.
And I'm telling you that
we are thinking of the long haul of the future.
My money can't reach, so you don't want me again.
These private schools and get the best out of life and get the best education.
Private school.
If I do not know
the only guarantee to success?
And you do not know my finances,
private
and we do not have a plan for the future,
private school,
we are not going anywhere.
Private school is private
we
school.
We are stuck in the same place.
Is private school the only success to life?
Do you agree with me or not? Should you know your partner, a partner that you plan to live the rest of your life with, a future partner? Do you want to know how much they earn? So that I haven't skewed it. I've been saying this since I started this conversation. I don't know what you're talking about. I have not skewed anything. You judge for yourself. Viewers, send a message to the WhatsApp number 0204 973. Did I say it right? No, 0204 473. Wait, I'm coming.
How would you forget?
Why wouldn't I forget? Let me get the number. 0204 447 033. 0204 447 033. Send your message to the WhatsApp number. Do you think that it is necessary that someone you plan to live the rest of your life with, that you should both know each other's finances so you can plan your life together? I beg you, send it. We are waiting for your messages. Let's continue the mirror.
Guys, fall in love. Right? Fall in love.
So if you fall in love, you don't care about finances. In this modern day and age,
it shouldn't be the major determinant.
It is not a major determinant, but it is a determinant. Back page of the Mirror Sports. Top 4 clubs battle for glory as Kotoko hosts Dreams FC. Let me bring you the Spectator quickly. 26th TGMA, a night of fashion and glamour. No sickle cell status before marriage. Medical media urged to champion free universal healthcare agenda. We are trying, no? On the back page, Kotoko Nations FC to intensify GPL title chase. Baobali, new face of pro boxing in Ghana.
Amazing. Daily Graphic Weekend Special, breaking the silence on corruption. Empowered residents demand accountability in Northern Bono and Ahafo regions. Also here, GHS takes measures to check Mpox outbreak. Story on page 13 of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. The big story, however, migrant beggars removed from streets. Story by Michael Okwe, and it's on page 5 of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. It comes with photographs of some street beggars on some streets in Accra. On the back page, something you will be interested in: Women's Football Festival, coronation of 2 champions in one explosive day. And that's the big story on the back page of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special.
Okay, I have ChannelOneNews.com. The one is the digit one. Bui Power Authority settles landowners affected by Galgu Renewable Project. GIS Streetism Operation long overdue. Child Rights International. Mahama announces plans to upgrade Ridge Hospital into teaching facility. When I heard that story, I thought about you. Mahama renews call for new city to decongest Accra. Street Children Coalition demands multi-agency approach to foreign beggar crisis. Trending stories on ChannelOneNews.com. Street Children Coalition demands multi-agency approach to foreign beggar crisis. Revamp tour, cut fuel imports. COPEC tells government. COPEC demands immediate fuel price reductions at pumps. Former Gabon President Ali Bongo relocates to Angola. U.S. basketball player arrested in Indonesia for drug smuggling faces death penalty. John Evans Kumoji confirmed as a Krapim North MCE amid tension. Samuel Adongo confirmed MCE for New Drubbing North. AMA to begin decongestion exercise in Accra on May 20. Mahama begins thank you tour in Upper West region.
Hello, citynewsroom.com. Ghana Armed Forces commanders donate 1 month's salary to support Mahama Cares. The Constitutional Review Committee is also up in the news as they ramp up nationwide consultations. Over 500 submissions received. Undocumented migrants endure harsh weather awaiting repatriation. Also, Child Rights International have been speaking on the undocumented migrant issue, right? And they say prosecute agents using kids to beg. Don't smuggle cola or drugs to Saudi, Hajj Task Force warns pilgrims. And over 12.7 billion Ghana cedis recovered from disallowed expenditures, and that's from the Auditor General's report. You know, the president during the thank you tour in Dodowa, you know, he gave dancers some money.
Dancers?
Yeah, people were dancing. You know,
okay.
They walked up to him and he gave them money. You know,
Dollars.
That's the big question. So when he later came back to speak, he clarified that it was 500 cedis and not dollars. Yeah.
I like Mohammed's sense of humor.
Yeah,
I
so
promise you.
that's also in the news, right? And finally, Jenapo urges cost-cutting measures at Cocoa Board amid financial challenges. I know.
So many messages coming in. Okay, what should we do?
Let me start off with the migrant beggar story because it's been big. Very excerpts of it read, the Ghana Immigration Service yesterday swept some streets of Accra of professional beggars of foreign nationalities in a massive exercise that sought to end the spectacle and break the possible criminal networks operating on intelligence. Officials rounded up at least 2,241 people, 1,332 of them classified as children, who have made begging for alms their main source of livelihood in the capital. The exercise was a sudden swoop that surprised even the public as motorists and bystanders held their breath watching the smooth collection of those beggars from their regular spots of sleeping, begging, or recreation. Those arrested during yesterday's exercise included 909 adults, of whom 34 were males. From areas around the Kanishin market to the Sabon Zongo near Latebio, Koshinima, Boso, Kaino, Bechebi, Lamte roundabout, immigration officers executed what looked to many like a rehearsed strategy to remove the supposed human public nuisance. All those picked up during the exercise were moved into state buses and later transported for safety, for screening and other relevant protocol before their intended repatriation. So I think Channel One News led on this particular story. You know, we're there where no other media house was, and you know, all of the footages are on our social media channels, Channel One TV on YouTube, and across all social media platforms, and see the videos, you know, some of which, but I think the Ghana Immigration Service, so far from what we've seen, did a good job in the way they managed the situation, right? And even the newspaper is reporting that it looked very rehearsed, and it looked like it was a very planned operation, right? And you've not heard stories of, you know, abuse and stuff like that. You know, in the US where ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, you know, are also doing something similar to this. A lot of the time you hear stories about how people's rights have been violated. In fact, people have been deported when they're not supposed to have been deported according to news reports. So I hope that we'll continue with this same, professionalism, and also in doing this, pay attention to all, foreign international conventions and treaties that, bind us as a people. And I'm sure that if we do this in a very diplomatic manner, we shouldn't have a lot of repercussions, right? But so far, so good. They become a safety nuisance. They even become a security nuisance, right? So it's important that we make sure we rid our streets of this really, in my opinion, hazards, really.
Yeah. When I saw the report, and when I spoke to Fred at midday yesterday, he was saying that so they had been camped under tents at the immigration head office, and they were being given food. So we're being treated as humanely as possible. And immigration officers are trained in different languages, and so they were talking to them and documenting them for further repatriation back to their countries.
Sometimes I wonder.
On Eyewitness, he told Sanda that if Sanda was around, perhaps he could have had a conversation with them, because most of them speak Hausa, apparently.
I wonder how they are able to reproduce quickly, and even how and where they do it, right? So, because the numbers are staggering. If you look at it, they are 909 adults, right, and over 1,000+ children. So the children are clearly more. So they keep reproducing.
The parents are doing things.
Yeah, and I'm wondering where. Where? Because we see where they sleep. Yeah. Sometimes in the open, right? So
maybe the shacks house them.
Yeah, I hope that we really handle this, like I said, in a very professional manner. All right.
Well, there are over 2,000 apparently.
Yeah, so in total there are 2,000.
Yeah.
Then, like the story said, 1,300 plus are children, 909 adults, of which about 300 and a little over 300 are males. And a lot of the time, you don't even see the male figures in all of this, right?
Yeah,
but this time in this operation, 300
I think I'm
plus.
seeing more females.
Yeah, there are a lot more females than males. So there are
384 adult males, 525 adult females, 577 male children, and 755 female children from 11 locations. Interesting. All right, so can I marry in addition to my wife?
Yes,
that's a story in the Mirror. No, you can't. So, dear Mirror lawyer, I married my wife under the customary law in Ghana in August 2015. Our marriage has been blessed with 2 beautiful babies. I subsequently got offered a job in Japan and we relocated there. Before we left for Japan, we had a wedding ceremony in our church in Accra, and where we signed the marriage register. While in Japan, I have met another woman whom I have become fond of and would like to marry her in addition to my wife. You see, men. I know within our culture, I am a can. I can marry as many women as I can. But really? Since when? But my wife does not agree with me. I love my wife, but I also love this lady I met in Japan. Please let me know what I can do, as I don't want to lose either of them. And this is the tinting and the titi of the lawyer's written verdict. He said, even if you were married only under customary law to your wife, because customary marriages are only peculiar to Ghana and not Japan, you will not be able to marry your new lover in Japan while living there. Simplicita.
Amazing.
That ends it. So you were wrong. Should I read the messages?
If it's under customary marriage, anyway, I don't have enough information on that.
Yeah.
What I have information on is that you don't have to make married.
So let me read some of the messages from our viewers. You can know how much you both earn, but never make a decision because of money.
Thank you.
Good morning. I don't really think it's necessary.
Thank you.
Love should be ahead of anything in relationship. Good morning. I don't agree with knowing each other's finances in order to get married. Please, I agree with Jude. My name, and that is why you find yourself in the situation you find yourself. My name is Gideon Impeccable. I think it's not a bad thing if your partner knows how much you earn. Reason being that so that he or she will not demand more than the money you're earning at the month. Just imagine your partner knows you're working, but he or she doesn't know you earn 500 Ghana, and he or she is requesting an iPhone 15 from you just because you wake up every day to go to work.
So it has to be this. I need to hear more messages.
Yeah,
but
we need to hear more messages.
I'm grateful for the messages that have come through.
All right, so kindly send your messages to the WhatsApp number 0204-447-033 on what your thoughts are. Should you know your partner's finances before you do the do? You say that I do? All right, we'll be right back after this with what's happening. Don't go away.